I can write so well with my right foot that to save time writing Christmas cards, I simultaneously write one card with my hand and one card with my foot.
David's team.
I think we just want to have a demonstration.
Yes.
So can you write one card to Rob and one to me?
All right.
I can think of another time saver, actually, because you can actually get cards where they've already printed Happy Christmas on them for you.
And that's the kind of emotionless man you are. You get them printed when it says, sorry to hear that someone's died, and he's got David. Now,
couple of cards.
Yes, so...
Couple of pens.
Yeah, no, obviously it's going to be difficult because my sofa's not as high as this at home, so how the hell do you expect me to sit on there and reach the floor?
Yeah. Why don't you just use Rob's chair?
And then use it on the floor. Good idea. Can I use your chair, Rob?
Yeah, of course.
It'd be a nice treat for you sitting on the big high stool. So, there you go. Hang on, I'll help you up. Just... So we get here. So this is me at home, obviously, sat on my own.
I feel like a song now.
At the same time now for us.
Can I just say at school...
Have you ever had one of those days? See you the same time next week. I'm Val Doonican. Goodbye. Set the scene for us, Lee. It's the run-up to Christmas.
It's the run-up to Christmas.
You're at home.
We've left it a bit late.
Yeah.
My wife's saying, oh, we haven't done the Christmas cards again, sweetheart. And I say, fear not, love, because you remember my party trick. If I help you, we'll do it 3 times as quick. Because the 3 of us, me, her and the foot. So, the pen, the red pen for now, will go into the thus. OK? So that card will go on the floor there, like that. And then, wait, Josh, look. And then the other one goes in the hand there. And I think you'll agree, ladies and gentlemen, I have demonstrated it perfectly. I mean, what else is there to do?
Well, write the card. Why don't you try and
We're
write
running out of time, Rob. I think we should wrap it up now.
Why don't you try and write
time, Rob. We're running out of time.
I think you could write...
That's the buzzer. That's the end of the game.
Have I moved to Scotland? Why don't you write me with that one, a lovely Christmas message and a lovely one for David.
So, here we go.
Still, I can see why this is a tremendous time saver.
Off you go, start corresponding.
Now.
Well done. Hey! Well done.
He's doing it. He is doing it. And this one, come on. Oh, the kisses, good. Oh.
Happy Christmas.
All right. Alrighty.
Can I have a look?
This is yours, David. It's a little... If you received that in the post, you'd think someone wanted to kill you, wouldn't you?
I think we're going to go true.
You're going to... So, are you saying it is the truth, or are you saying it is a lie?
No, it's a lie. It's a lie.
It is a lie.
So, Lee, was it the truth? Or might it have been a lie?
It was, in fact, a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Lee doesn't use his hands and feet to write 2 Christmas cards at the same time.
Because my dog hates loud noises so much, I always put earmuffs on him before we pull our Christmas crackers.
At least.
Right. What type of dog do you have?
I have a British bulldog.
The dog don't mind having these on his ears?
No, not at all.
How old is your dog?
He's 2.
If I've got a new dog and we're having Christmas dinner and he don't like the bang, I'll put him in another room. So why am I going to put in all the effort to kind of teach him to put his earmuffs on?
Why would you, like, OK,
I don't think... Did you say teach him to put the earmuffs on?
I mean,
I don't think she suggested go, oi, Bonzo, we're about to pull again, stick them on. The dog's going...
OK, right. OK, Lee, this is genuinely... You have a new puppy, am I wrong?
Well, yes, a fairly new puppy, yes.
Would you, if it was frightened of something and it needed you, would you put it in another room?
We had a dog that was very frightened of
What did you do,
fireworks,
Jo?
sold it. Did you... I don't know if you got advice from a vet or something about what to do, or...
We were given the name of this dog specialist who could help with anxiety.
What was his qualifications?
I didn't read his qualifications.
I suspect he might have been a market trader that also sold earmuffs.
No, they were my earmuffs. They didn't need to give me earmuffs.
OK, so what are you going to say?
Well, I'm kind of neutral about it, because I can understand why you might do something like that.
Who hasn't wanted to dress up a dog? So I believe
adorable.
She might put some clothes on it.
Have you dressed up your puppy?
Is that a euphemism?
You know it is.
I've had a shower, if that's what you're asking.
So what are we going to say?
So Joe says it's...
A lie.
You think it's a lie?
It's too much hassle. Lie.
I think it's got to be a lie.
OK, you're
It's got to be, hasn't it?
So you're saying it's a lie. OK, Ruth, was it the truth or were you telling a lie?
You all look like idiots because it was a lie.
Until last year, I believed that reindeer were fictional creatures like unicorns, until my 6-year-old daughter told me the truth.
Please, team.
Until how long ago?
Last year.
Is it because Father Christmas's reindeers fly? So that's why they couldn't possibly
maybe
be
that's
true?
why I came to that
get that.
conclusion. That I just felt like it was a ridiculous notion, yeah.
You were aware of deer, though, weren't you?
Yes, actually I was.
So you'd
Because
seen
of Bambi.
deer?
Hang on, because of a fiction... This doesn't make sense. You've seen a fictional reindeer...
Well, if
flying in the sky.
if Bambi flew, then I probably wouldn't have believed in deer.
What about Dumbo? Did you not believe in elephants?
Did you stop believing in carpets when you saw Aladdin?
You know, I remember my ex-husband telling me that the moon was made of cheese, and I believed that. Like, there are things that I...
I think we should stop here for a second. You genuinely believed what your husband said when he said the cheese?
Well, I thought maybe it had, like, the same chemical makeup as cheese.
Can I just point out, Lily, you are saying this out loud on television.
Wow. Let's go back to the conversation between you and your little girl. How did it come about and what did she say?
I was going to take them on a trip to Lapland.
Right.
My daughter said, are there going to be reindeer? And I said, don't be ridiculous, reindeer aren't real.
What was her reaction to that?
She had been to another farm in Gloucestershire and had seen some reindeer, so she knew that reindeer were real.
And how long did this carry on?
Until I Googled reindeer.
Wow.
So, what are you going to say?
Well, it's a tricky one, because I can't believe she's never, up until that point, seen a reindeer.
I don't understand how you can go through life without seeing a real reindeer.
Sorry, are we talking about reindeer? Not...
Hello, David.
No, but... Sorry, because reindeer, they don't exist, do they? No,
Grandpa's woken up from his sleep on Christmas Day.
You can definitely go through your life without seeing reindeer.
No, you can't.
They're not like pigeons.
So what's it going to be, Lee? Let's go for a decision.
I mean, I still can't believe that giraffes are real. I've been to the zoo and I've seen giraffes. I still don't quite believe they're real.
Did you get out and feel it like Noddy would? I think it's a lie.
She's very believable, though.
She thinks she's lying, but she's believable.
Yeah.
And what kind of answer is that? I hope it's a lie, for Lily's sake.
Lily, were you telling the truth or were you telling a lie?
I was telling a lie.
As a child, my Christmas was once cut short when my mum took the decorations down halfway through Christmas Day.
David's team.
Oh, right, this...
Thank you.
Was she always down on Christmas, or was... What happened this year?
Well, this year in particular,
Yeah.
just halfway through Christmas Day, she's like, I've had enough. We've done the presents.
Had you done the lunch?
Yeah, we've done lunch. So let's just...
What was the time?
2:30.
OK, so pre-Queen.
Oh, we don't do the Queen in my family.
I'm so sorry, David.
You don't listen to the Queen?
No.
Did it become...
I mean, she's the head of state. 8 minutes a year, you know, and 6.5 if you skip the bit with the trumpets.
Was it a great dramatic gesture, or was it sort of...
It was quite dramatic because
And did she... I mean, were the things were on the ceiling?
And it's taking the tree down and putting a plastic tree back into a box.
The stuff on the ceiling, did she have to get a ladder?
We didn't have stuff on the ceiling.
Oh,
well, you had no tinsel, like, round the room?
No.
Oh, this was hardly a Christmas, wasn't it? You don't watch the Queen's speech. I expect you're having a pizza. You're having a pizza and she put the fake tree away like an umbrella. Fine, pop that away. This is barely worth hearing about.
Was there a specific incident that set her off?
She was very disappointed with me and my sisters because...
In general.
It's been a tough year. I think I had got one present and I had not liked it. And so that was a bad point. And my sister Cheryl hadn't got out of bed yet.
Now, tell us about your Christmas Day. I'm imagining there's a lot more structure to it. And respect is a word that's coming to my mind.
Thanks, Rob. Oh, I don't know. I think I have quite a normal Christmas Day.
I imagine Bucks Fizz at 11.
No, we don't book a band.
So, David, what is your team thinking? Could this be true?
Yes,
it's heartbreaking.
Completely rings true, I think. What do you think, Tom?
Well, whatever I think would be wrong, so...
Well, that could be... If that's 100%, that's very useful.
I'd ask her.
What do you think, then?
Well, I'd go with Tom, really.
I've had an insight.
Tom's had an insight,
oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she's not telling the truth.
Oh, what? Why do you think that?
I don't know. It just came over me.
Right.
I think she's telling the truth. But it's quite easy to know who to side with here. I literally sit at home all day watching Homes Under the Hammer and you're next to a Knight of the Realm.
Yeah, but I'd go with him if I were you.
True. True, you're saying it's true. Sarah, a tragic tale.
A tragic
Fact
tale.
or fiction?
This tale was true.
I told you,
I'm in a four-man pub quiz team with a butcher, a baker and a candlestick maker.
David's team.
What's the name of this team?
Quartet.
How did you get to know the butcher, the baker and the candlestick maker?
In the pub. There was much mirth because we realised it was butcher, baker and candlestick maker.
What's the name of your butcher friend?
Harry Granger.
And the
was
baker?
Quite quick.
Ed.
Ed what?
Ed Saville.
And the candlestick maker?
It's called...
He's called Bill Grimes.
No, it's not!
Just because you're dressed in like the 19th century, the names don't have to be for the 19th century.
So, Barry, remind me again, the three names are?
Bill, Harry and Ed.
And their surnames?
Grimes. Do you know, you've got me there.
Saville Granger. OK, next question.
Granger. Have the visitors been?
They brought you some flowers, Barry.
Did they?
And some chocolates, yes.
They steal your trousers when you're asleep.
So what do you think, then, David?
What do you think, Miranda?
I don't know.
I do.
I think it's completely and utter untrue.
Codswallop.
Codswallop.
So what are you going to say, David?
Well, I think we'll say it's a lie.
You think it's a lie?
Yes.
Oh, dear, dear, dear. Barry, truth or lie?
It was.
Oh.
Yes, it's a lie. Barry's not in a four-man pub quiz team.
Aged 9, I undertook my first ever acting role as Joseph in the school Nativity, a performance described in my end-of-year report as world-weary.
Please, team.
Why did they describe it as world-weary?
I think perhaps I thought Joseph would be tired after the long journey with the donkey and the finding that, and perhaps I overdid the tiredness and I didn't get into the wonder, perhaps, to the extent that
Yes,
the
but I
piece
think acting
needed.
coaches would say, you know, you didn't go for the obvious thing of wonder.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had an instinct for this wonderful doubt that you must have felt. You know, how did this happen? You know,
I don't know whether I understood that at that age.
Could you give us, perhaps, as a treat at Christmas, a little taste of the performance?
Yeah.
Just give us a soupçon. I have some stuff here that could help you. Let's see. You can be the three kings.
Oh, lovely.
OK.
Pass them along.
There, pass them along. Now then, imagine it was Joseph and Mary arriving. So why don't, Richard, you could be Mary.
Thank you, that's very kind.
There we are. Would you like to be a shepherd, Sir
I'd
Tom?
very much like to be a shepherd.
All right, you know what to do with it. Here's the baby. Now, remember, you've got to hide baby Jesus. He doesn't appear until later in the script.
Yeah, well, I think that's Mary's
I know
job.
exactly where to hide that.
Yeah.
Something for David. There we are. And then, Tom, would you mind holding the star as well?
Yeah.
I'll be Father Christmas as the innkeeper. All right. You haven't arrived yet.
Yeah.
What, do you mean in my career?
Oh, no, that's been and gone. Oh, okay.
I've literally just had a text from Sonia at my NCT class, and they've had the baby. All right. And look at me still.
Richard, I think you're getting the period a little bit wrong. In those days, no text, nothing like that.
I've just seen a star in the sky, and it's Sonia from my NCT group. And they've had the baby.
Oh, that's nice.
Boy.
Can you stop going on about Sonia?
Oh, but...
It's just, I'm sorry, I know you get on with her, but it's been a long journey.
Yeah, but that's because her husband Alan has already painted the nursery, and certain people haven't.
It's back to Homes Under the Hammer.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm very... you know, I found the whole thing very touching. But I haven't got any lines.
So, Tom, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to give you a line.
Tom,
I've got some here, so I know.
Oh, all right. You got something. All right, so get ready.
Yeah,
so, the baby's coming.
OK. Oh, look.
Oh.
And now a shepherd has appeared.
Yeah. I kick off every Christmas morning with a bowl of cornflakes and a sea of baby.
Well, there we are. Now, there's our performance. So, are you willing to believe that David was a world-weary Joseph at 9 years old?
Yes, definite for me.
True?
Yeah, he would have been a clever boy at 9-year-old. They would have asked him to be Joseph because he's got the gift of the gab.
And at 9, he did have a beard.
Yes.
It was harder for Richard to get the part of Mary because he was that height at 9.
Like, it's impossible for you to get the part of one of the wise men.
What are you going to say?
We will say it is a truth.
A truth. You're saying truth. David, truth or lie?
And it is a lie.
Oh. It was a lie. David didn't play a world-weary Joseph in his school nativity.
On the dance floor at a BBC Christmas party, I once gave Terry Wogan a black eye when I accidentally high-kicked him in the face.
David's team.
OK, what year was this?
Something like 1976.
And how did you come to give him a black eye?
Well, because everybody's always saying, can you do the high kick rips? And I did.
Sorry, is Rips your nickname, or is Rips part of the move?
Sorry, Rips is one of my nicknames.
Can we call you Rips tonight?
If you would like to, yes.
I'd feel that's far too... I wouldn't have the courage.
Anyhow, they said, you know, would you do the high kick? And we were all mucking about, so I did. And unfortunately, Terry was standing kind of a bit close and wallop, hit him.
You're not still able... Well, I sort of say you're not still able. Are you still able? Sorry, that was a terrible assumption. I do apologise, Rips, I really do.
Get it out! Come on, ask it!
Are you still... are you still able to do it? You know?
Yes.
You are? Well, would you? I mean, if you like, I could be Terry.
Are you serious?
Then stand up.
Are you
I am standing up. Welcome. Here we are at the old...
You're serious?
Yes, I'm doing Terry Wogan.
And I haven't warmed up.
No, neither have I, but I've gone straight into the voice. And Terry's dancing away in that old way of his, with his little microphone like that. Wonderful stuff. Children in need.
Look at that. Movement like a Swiss watch. Look at it.
Why not listen to me in the morning on the radio or watch me on the television? You can get rid of me whenever you like, Angela. Here we go now.
Ready?
I'm ready. Here. Gee! Whoa! Good Lord!
Wow. That was...
I did warn you.
I would describe that as impressive and very close.
David. Well, it obviously could have happened, and, you know, great to hear the Wogan impression again.
Thank you.
And I expect Ronnie Corbett was standing nearby commenting.
You'll never believe what I've just seen. Right, Jim, what do you think?
I'm tempted to think it's a lie. It's a lovely story to invent.
It's almost too good to be true.
Almost too good to be true.
All right, Rose?
Yeah. I'm still thinking about the high kick, to be honest. I think lie.
We think it's brilliantly constructed lie.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Angela, truth or lie?
The whole story is a lie.
Yes, it's a beautifully told lie. Angela did not kick Terry Wogan in the face.
This box contains everything I need to play my family's favourite festive game.
All right, so could you now take the contents out and put them onto the desk, please? Oh. Well, it's a plastic cup. Water. Pen there. Sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Well, it looks exciting.
What you do, right, is you get up the glass.
I'm a bit nervous about what you're going to do.
Oh, all right. Then
Hello.
a little...
You come up, like, with a category.
A category, yes.
Yes, like...
Ah! Sorry, I've got cramp in my foot. Just bear with me a minute.
Like diseases of the knee.
You're right. That's better, thank you. Carry on.
So you've come up with a category, yes?
Yeah, so, and I'm going to start the game off. So I think of something in that category, and I write that down on a bit of paper.
Yes.
You have got to come up with something from the category.
Yes.
Which is trees.
Yeah.
So you each say a tree, and if anyone says the tree that I've written on the paper, I throw this over them.
Oh, let's play it. Let's play it. We'll give you a category. The category is things you might find in a Christmas dinner. So food items in a Christmas dinner. Right, now fold the paper up. Don't let them see it.
OK.
OK. Now, Joe, Lee and Joe Swash are your sons. They've come home.
No.
They're back from the youth detention centre.
Would you like my friend Robert to play? Yes. Rob, my mum says you can play.
Thanks.
You can come in and have a play. We're all playing the game.
Oh, hang on a minute. No, wait a minute. I'm being told that my desk is not waterproof.
Oh, yeah.
But you're... No, seriously, but this is...
Oh, hang on, yes.
Sorry. Yes. Now, my desk also. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, I've just been told my skin is soluble.
I'm telling you the truth. That's what they're telling me. So remember now, boys, the category is things in a Christmas dinner. Get ready. Here we go. Let's get the tension.
Sorry.
OK.
Yeah.
Lee Mack, something you'd find in a Christmas dinner.
OK, I'm going to go for a... nut roast.
Ooh. Oh, the tension there when she said
was,
it.
yeah,
Wow. OK, Joe Swash.
A Brussels sprout.
Oh, it's back to Lee.
This is unbearable. Absolutely unbearable.
Great game.
I'm going to go for a carrot.
Ooh. Oh, Joe Swash.
Pigs in blankets.
Oh, Lee.
Double look me.
Turkey.
Oh, the
Joe Swash.
This is an unbelievably stressful game.
Yorkshire pudding.
What are you talking about?
That's not pudding. Yorkshire pudding at my Christmas dinner.
No, this is...
Yeah, only because it's set the sat-nav for Brussels sprouts.
Gravy.
He said gravy as well.
Gravy.
He said gravy. Lee Mack.
Gravy.
Cranberry sauce.
Joe Swash.
Bit of turkey.
He said turkey. He said turkey.
No. OK, I'll go with some carrots.
He said carrots.
Right, I'll go with some stuffing.
That's the happiest thing that's ever happened to me.
Was that game genuinely something that Joe plays, or did she just make it up? Truth or lie?
Even if it's not, to come up with that on the spot is brilliant. I'm playing that on Christmas Day.
Oh, it's a brilliant game. If Joe invented that game in the last few seconds, reading off a card, then, well, she'd be a genius.
OK, so what's it going to be? Truth or lie?
We're going to say true.
OK, Joe. This
it's
incredible Christmas game.
Oh, my goodness.
Truth or lie?
It's true.
Yes, it's true. Joe does play the game every Christmas.
Possession.
Ah, there's a box under the desk, David. Would you take the card out?
Yes.
And read the card, and then show us the possession, please.
OK. This is my frog lamp. I pop it on when I go down to the bottom of the garden to check on the frogs.
OK, if you could take the frog lamp out. And... Fantastic. And I think it... well, as you know, you can switch it on. You know how to do it. There we are.
Yeah.
That is, without doubt, the most working class you've ever looked.
I'm going to save the battery. It's all right.
So, OK, the frogs at the bottom of your... Are they at the bottom of your garden?
Yes.
Are they your frogs in a sort of pet sense, or are they frogs that live wild, like at a stream that's at the bottom of your garden?
There's a bucket of them, and initially that I got from frog spawn in my parents' pond.
A whole bucket full of frog spawn?
A whole bucket full of frog spawn.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. Yes, I did. Or did I?
Why do you check on your frogs at night?
Because I'm embarrassed to do it by day. It's a good time, I've been told, to check on them as well.
What are you checking for?
I'm just...
Still there?
Observing them, see if they're still there.
Okay.
I like to look at them.
So, question for you. Why do you not just carry a torch? What is it you're leaving your hands free for that you're looking at the frog?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly.
Well, you can't just hold a torch. What do you need these for when you're looking at the frog?
No, I think it would be possible to check on them without this, but as I have this tremendous hat...
That's a good question. So that is just... You just happen to have that hat?
Yeah.
So what did you have that hat for before the frog?
Where did I get this hat?
Where did you get that hat?
Where did I get this hat?
Isn't it a funny one? I've never seen one like that.
Yeah. I got this hat. This hat belonged to my grandfather.
Was it...
Your grandfather was very advanced, wasn't he? I mean, the halogen light, he must have been the talk of the village. They must have thought of him as the devil's own witchcraft.
Why did your grandfather own that hat?
I don't know why he owned this hat.
So your granddad gave you that hat?
No.
Oh, you passed on after he died?
It was discovered in the garage.
And no one ever knows what he used to do with it. They're all... Did your grandmother just go, that's curious? She didn't even...
I couldn't ask my grandmother because she predeceased my grandfather by several decades.
Oh, holy...
There's a clip.
Man.
There's a clip for the Christmas trailer.
Christmas time,
Do you touch the frogs?
I do occasionally, but they don't like it.
What do they do when you touch them?
They hop off.
Do they make
Not that they're on my... I mean, they hop
away. So what do you think?
Rachel?
I like it. I'm buying it.
You're buying it? You're buying the hat? Ricky?
I don't believe him.
You don't believe him?
No, I don't believe him.
So what are you going to say, Lee?
Well, we'll say it's a lie.
You're saying it's a lie. OK, David, truth or lie?
Yes, you've got lucky. It is a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. David doesn't wear a frog lamp to check on the frogs in his garden.
One Christmas, on hearing I wasn't going to get the present I wanted, I tried to drown myself in protest.
David C.
Tell us the story.
Well, I wasn't going to get the present I wanted.
Which was? What did you want?
The Spice Girls' debut album, Spice.
It's a lie. That's so weird, because I did get it, and I did try and drown myself.
No, don't applaud that. It's a great album.
How old were you then?
I was like 10 or 11.
Right.
So you wanted the album...
No, he really wanted it.
Stop right now. So you wanted the album?
Yes, I really wanted it.
Okay, so don't use mine in the edit, yeah? Well, can I just say stop right now?
Yeah.
I'll have that one if they use this.
Who's your friend? Big Ears?
So what happened, James?
I wanted the Spice Girls album, Spice. And so did my sister. We've both been pestering our parents a lot for the album. My father decided he had to tell us before Christmas who was going to get the album or not, because he didn't want an upset on Christmas Day. And so he waited until we were in a safe space with the local swimming pool. We'd all gone for a family swim.
Yeah. It's a lovely Christmassy thing to do. A lot of people do a lot of swimming in the run-up to Christmas.
Yes. Because it was in honour of the 7 swans of swimming.
Yeah.
That's why we did it. We were swimming, and then my dad called a family meeting.
Shallow end?
Shallow end, yes. Oh, you're not treading water during a family meeting. He said, right, it's a week until Christmas, and I'm just going to let you know that Ruth is getting the Spice Girls album.
Ridiculous.
Well, where were you then? Because at the time, I looked like I overreacted.
But take us through this reaction. Paint a picture of how a young James reacted.
It was like a storm came over me. I was very angry. And then I turned and I walked to the other end of the shallow end. I did a width.
Yeah.
I would have stormed away, but it's very hard. Yeah. Wade through the water. You have to say every now and again, I'm really cross. Went to the other end, and I turned round so they could see my face, and I just sat down slowly. was under the water. I went, well, I was thinking this. I guess I'll either stay here until one of two things happens. Either I get the Spice Girls' debut album Spice, or I'm gonna die.
Which happened?
Well, what happened was, I came back up again, and I saw that not only were they not... They were just carried on swimming. They got always under the water now, and my dad quickly went, problem solved, and they carried on swimming.
What are you thinking, Noddy?
I just don't think his dad would do that. I think he'd buy 2 albums.
Oh, I'm unaware that you knew my father, Noddy.
What do you think about the 2 albums buying issue?
Well, like, as a parent, I just would have thought that just quietly, like, going off to HMV to buy an album is easier than taking the whole family for a group swim.
So what are you going to say, David? What's it going to be?
I think it's fine.
I'll say lie. You think that you both think it's a lie? I'm going to say lie.
OK.
Yeah.
James, were you telling us the truth, or was it a lie?
I was telling the truth.
Yes, it's true. James did try to drown himself in protest over his Christmas present.
I will not get out of bed on Christmas morning until I have smoked a full cigar.
Oh. What age did this start?
About 33.
What made you start?
Well, when I was giving up smoking, I smoked those thin cigars, so I thought, well, that's not really smoking. And then, when I properly gave up smoking, I thought this should just be... It was a Christmas and birthday treat.
How long does it take you to smoke the cigar?
About 6 months, and then start on the birthday one. Always got one on the go, but great to have given up smoking.
Do you smoke the whole cigar?
Smoke the whole cigar.
And how long does that take?
A couple of hours.
That's a lot of puffing.
You're still in bed?
Still in bed.
Do you have the cigar ready the night before, and the little match and everything? You're ready to go?
No, we have stockings in the morning, so we all then huddle around my bed.
Oh, so the family and the friends have to come to you, to the base of the bed, and no present opening until it's finished.
Have you by now slipped into the Christmas onesie, or are you still in your negligee?
Negligee?
Yeah, we're all imagining, because there's nothing more arousing than a woman lying down and smoking a big fat cigar.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer a Woodbine girl myself.
Merry Christmas, Lee. Can't get out of bed till this is finished.
So what are you going to say, then?
What do we think, Barry?
I've got a 100% wrong record on this current
It's time for a change,
It's
Barry.
time for a change.
Whatever you say, we're going with.
I think it's true.
In fact, it's a
You
lie.
think it's true? Is that what you're saying, Lee?
No, absolutely opposite. No. What do you think?
I think it's true.
Oh, you think it's true?
Yeah.
You both say true.
I'm going to say true.
Well, I'll go with my team and say it's true.
You say it's true. OK, Miranda, the cigar, Christmas morning. Truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, it's a lie. Miranda does not smoke a full cigar before she gets out of bed on Christmas morning.
Last Christmas Eve, my wife asked me to pop out and get 4 to 5 lemons and 8 or 9 limes. Unfortunately, I misheard her and came back with 45 lemons and 89 limes.
David.
In better news, we haven't suffered from scurvy for a long time.
You went out and you came back with 45 lemons and 89 limes. What did you think they were for?
I don't ever question my wife when it comes to cooking. You just don't... With my wife, she cooks some amazingly overly citrus dishes. Always.
What's she doing?
Using up what you've bought.
But you say it was Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Were you going to be entertaining guests?
Well, you know, family members, yes, so I wouldn't say guests, but they had to come round.
What were the lemons and limes for?
Well, it turns out they were for the drinks. I did wonder why I didn't need to get any
I
pastry.
haven't met your wife. I'm sure that she's very lovely and sensible. Well, I say for
to 5? Why not just say, go and get me 5 lemons, go and get me 9 limes?
That is exactly what I said when she said, what are you come back with 45 lemons for and 89 limes? Because you're right. You tell me, you know.
Yeah.
Why does she strike me about the head when I wake up? Who knows the mysteries of a relationship?
Where did you get these citrus fruits from, Lee? Was it a corner shop, a hypermarket?
It was actually it was a hypermarket on the corner, so it's both.
So you get back home, and there's Mrs. Mack.
Yes.
And what? I mean, when you put your wares on the table, how does she react?
She said, what are they? I said, what do you think they are? Green ones are limes, yellow ones are lemons. She said, how many have you got? I said, I've got 45 lemons and 89 limes. She said, sorry, are you saying 4 to 5 lemons and 8 to 9 limes? I said, no, I'm saying 45 lemons and 89 limes. And she said, she went, you're an idiot. I said, what? She went, what am I supposed to do with all them? I said, you tell me. You asked me to buy you 45 lemons and 89 limes. She said, no, I did not. I said, 4 to 5 lemons or 8 to 9 limes. I said, sorry, can I just check? What are you saying? She said, I'm saying 4 to 5 lemons and 8 to 9 limes.
So this is when it all became clear?
Yes. She said, they're for drinks. I said, I know, but your family are alcoholics. And I thought there was just loads and loads of drinks going to be happening. She went, no, I was going to make something tarty.
I think you'd have laughed about it rather than had a row.
Well, these things always happen in our house. I remember saying to my wife I only wanted 4 to 5 kids. And now we run an orphanage.
So, what are you thinking, David?
What do you think?
I just don't believe that she would say, go and get 8 to 9 limes.
Sorry, can I just check? Is it 89 limes or 8 to 9?
I can see it happening. I asked my husband once, can you get me 89 Mars bars? And he only got me 8.
What are you thinking, David?
Well, we're saying lie.
You can say lie. OK, Lee, was it truth or was it a lie?
It's a lie.
A lie?
Yes, a lie. Lee didn't buy 45 lemons and 89 limes.
In our family, whoever was deemed to have done the worst mime in the Christmas game of charades had to stand up and have their finger nibbled by our pet tortoise.
David's team.
What was the tortoise called?
Old Winkle.
Why was he called Old Winkle?
Because that was the name of the place we got in the village of Old Winkle.
How did it start?
It must have been my father. It has his stamp upon it. I don't really remember. It was just something we always did, and it seemed perfectly normal to us.
What was it about your father's finger?
It wasn't my father's finger. It just... he rather liked the sort of traditional aspects of Christmas and liked to follow these things.
Well, that's not one of them.
That's an invention.
I mean, there are some off-the-shelf traditions you could have used.
Yeah.
But I think
mince pies, carols, turkey or goose, that kind of thing.
He was sprinkled with a little artificial snow to make him seasonal, but nonetheless, that's what we did. It wasn't a great time of year for Old Winkle. I think he was probably bewildered by the entire process, but nonetheless, that was what we did.
Of course, as I'd forgotten, but you've reminded me, they hibernate.
Well... That's exactly true, but hibernation can be an interrupted affair. But
I hope you got your information right, yeah? All the kids at home. Wake up the tortoise, it's fine. The Reverend Richard Cole says go in. Let's go and dig up Nam.
I will concede Old Winkle was not at his liveliest. He was a bit more vital, I have to say, vigorous in the summer months.
Well, this is the thing that worries me, because I think waking a tortoise...
I mean, can you wake
Waking any animal from hibernation can cause problems, so let's not do that, kids, whether this is truth or a lie.
OK, but the actual ceremony, so you've played charades...
There would always be somebody who did... Papillon, there would always be somebody who did the taking of... We did the same... You know, it's ritualised, that stuff, and anyway...
Oh, sorry, the same... You did the same films every year?
Yeah.
You're really into ceremonial, aren't you? Yeah. We will now mime the taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. How was it decided who'd lost at charades? How did you do the scoring of charades?
It was usually by the kind of tutting and sighing, the amount of tutting and sighing, and also by the length of time it took to guess the 4 films that we did every year.
OK. And what were the other 2? Papillon, Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
The Sound of the Music and Towering Inferno.
I've not seen The Sound of the Music. That sounds less positive about the music. The sound of the music is keeping everyone awake.
OK, so, David's team. Kerry, what are you thinking?
I think it's got to be a lie, hasn't it?
Richard has a very honest face, doesn't he?
You see, well, interesting about Richard, because that clothing he's wearing...
Yeah.
That only two sorts of people wear that. Vicars and confidence tricksters. We don't know which one he is yet.
You think there's a difference?
What are you thinking, Harry?
Satire.
I think because of the hibernation problem, I think it has to be a lie.
What about you, though, David?
What I always think is it could be either.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, of course, it sounds unlikely, but at the same time, that's exactly the kind of true thing they would pick. Yeah. If he just said, at Christmas, we would have mince pies.
Yeah.
Then you go, well, that sounds true. Yes, true. What a merry show that would be. But no, they've got to pick something that's either a lie or a true thing that might as well be a lie because it's so unlikely. And it's finding that distinction that apparently is the point of this section of my life. Lie. We'll say lie.
Saying lie. Richard, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Richard didn't have his finger bitten by a tortoise if he lost at charades.
Oh, wow. OK. Last year, I had such bad toothache, I popped my Christmas dinner in a blender and drank it through a straw.
Please, team.
When you say you put your Christmas dinner in, what exactly did you put in the blender?
So I am from New Zealand, so Christmas...
You'd never have thought so.
Rob, you cheeky man.
There's a little pause before man.
It was basically meats and salads and...
Do you have the traditional turkey in New Zealand?
No. Turkeys don't exist in New Zealand.
I never knew that.
I had a really bad... I had a root canal. I don't know if anyone else had a root canal, and you can get dry rot, like with dry socket rather. Dry rot is what cupboards get. Dry.
I will interrupt you if it gets too arousing.
So I got dry socket.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So it's very bad with root canals, and so I couldn't chew, I couldn't eat anything.
But how much of it did you eat?
Not too much, and it was quite thick to get through the straw. I mean, it was quite disgusting.
What's it going to be?
I think it's plausible, because you can put all sorts of things in a blender and make a smoothie out of them.
What do you think, Argyle?
I think it's probably true.
It's true. OK, despite the fact that I think they're wrong, I'm going to go with my teammates.
Rose, truth or a lie?
It was a lie.
Sorry. It's a lie. Rose didn't drink her Christmas dinner through a straw.
My full name is Christmas Kamara.
Christmas Kamara. David's team.
Why? Because I was born on Christmas Day.
Jesus was born on Christmas Day. His name's not Christmas. You were named Christmas because you were born on Christmas Day. That's...
Yes, what happened is my mum was having me at the time.
It checks out so far.
And my dad was just about to say Happy Christmas to my brother when I popped out.
But
my mum...
You weren't expected, though, right?
Well,
so your dad was saying, OK, this is mid-labour, time to get some greetings in to other family members. OK, and then...
Then all of a sudden I popped out and my mum thought I've heard the name Christmas, so she went...
Well, that is the rule, isn't it? That the first noise that the father makes when a baby comes out just is the name, isn't it?
Well, my brother was born on St George's Day, mate. April the 23rd, is it? And...
He's called Red Cross.
He's called George.
And there's your sister, Pancake Tuesday. Have you got any middle names, Christmas?
Yes, I have.
What are they?
My dad used to be in the Navy, so it was going to be Christmas Captain Cook Kamara, but they decided to call me Christmas Columbus Kamara.
Why Columbus?
Because my dad was in the Navy.
Yeah, was he in the Spanish Navy in the late 15th century?
He was always his hero when he was a kid.
Right.
OK, so what are you thinking, David?
Well, what do you think, Tom?
I'm still thinking about it.
Richard?
I'm really waiting on Tom's verdict, I have to say.
David, what about you?
I don't believe it.
No, I don't either.
I think it'd be very nice, you know, on the Christmas special to have someone whose name was Christmas, but...
And it saves us from booking Noel Edmonds.
I think... But I just don't think... I don't think Christmas is really a name.
All right, so you're saying it's a lie?
Yeah.
OK. Christmas. Truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Yes, it's a lie.
One Christmas, I accidentally put the wrong address in my mum's sat-nav, and instead of driving to Lakeside, she drove all the way to the Lake District.
Right, David's team.
Geographically, where was the starting point?
Well, it was London, yeah. It was a long time ago. It was when the sat-nav, remember it was called Tom Tom?
Actually, it wasn't called Tom Tom.
What was it called?
It was called Tom 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 Tom.
So I've always had slight dyslexia as a kid. So I sort of...
Oh, so maybe it wasn't a Tom Tom, maybe it was your MOT.
Could have been, yeah. I think I just put it in wrong. And
Well,
then...
yes, obviously that's not a detailed explanation of what went awry.
What would you like to know?
What did you type in the word Lakeside?
I stuck in LA, put in the first couple of letters, and then it predicts the word for you.
You put LA in, your mother drove off towards Los Angeles, and you went, stop. And you saved it with a K.
Yes.
And then you thought, right, fine, that's fine. There can't be more than one place beginning LAK. It finished Lake Windermere, off she drove.
No, I must have put in the lake, and then it filled the rest in, and I must have pressed Lake District, taking for granted that.
And you are saying, with a straight face, that your mum, was it just your mother?
No, it wasn't my mum. It was my mum and her next-door neighbour, Debbie.
Right.
They just kept driving until it got dark. And then what my mum said is that they got so scared because it was just them two in the car and they didn't know where they were going. My mum doesn't know how to do the sat-nav and all that business. That they thought it would be safer just to continue to where they were going and then just work out what to do the next day. So they went to the Lake District.
They arrived in the Lake District?
Yes. It took them like 6 hours. Yeah, they got
It took what? 6 hours?
Yeah, they took some wrong turns. So they had to get a hotel and stay in the Lake. I swear.
Come on.
I'm telling you.
I have to say, we've been doing this show for many years, and Rob has never, in the middle of it, gone, no.
So after about 3 hours in, they got so far that they weren't going to come back in the same day. They were going to continue and stay where they were.
Yeah.
Debbie phoned her husband, which I think they should have done a lot earlier because he's a cab driver.
Even if he wasn't, it would make sense, really, to make contact.
So what did they do, Joe? Did they stay over there?
They stayed over.
And then what?
I got a phone call.
Yeah.
They were fuming.
They must have been livid.
The thing was like that. My mum didn't know where anything was. She didn't know how to get to places, so she would follow that sat-nav. Regardless whether it took her into the sea, she'd be in the sea, she'd follow it. So,
and yet you put the destination in with such little care.
Well, I just didn't think I was going to... Honestly, when she told me, even I was surprised. I asked all the same questions as you asked, like, why didn't you come home? Why did you stay? None of it made sense to me either. But the one thing she said is that they were very scared, they didn't know where they were going, so they just carried on following the blue line to the end of the destination. And then in the morning, they worked out, I think they asked someone in the hotel that they had to stay in, and then the fella reprogrammed it to come back to London the next day.
Joe Lycett, what are you thinking?
I think it might be true. I can see real hurt in him.
It's doable. It is doable with the dyslexia thing.
If it's a lie and you pick up that card, you're not going to follow through on, yes, they discovered halfway through the journey that they were heading to totally the wrong place, but decided that the thing to do was to follow through on the entire journey. It's more plausible that it happened than that Joe invented that just now.
Basically, David said there's more chance your mother's stupid than you are creative.
I think we think true. I think we think true.
It's true that they drove all that way. Joe Swash, was it true or was it a lie?
Yeah, it happens, yeah.
Yes, it's true. Joe did accidentally send his mum to the Lake District. So, please welcome this week's special guest, Mike. So, Barry, what is Mike to you?
This is Mike, who is one of the 3 kings who came to visit me at Christmas.
OK. Miles, what is Mike to you?
This is Mike. We were once told off by our neighbour because our snowman was using up too much snow.
Right. And Lee, what's your relationship with Mike?
This is Mike, and last year I ordered my Christmas turkey from his farm, but I never got to eat it because I formed an unbreakable bond with the bird.
So there we have it. Barry's Christmas king, Miles' fellow snow hog, or Lee's turkey trader. David's team, where would you like to begin?
So, Barry, your story is unclear at the moment. Are you saying that you're the baby Jesus?
No, it was Christmas, and 3 kings visited me.
Kings, what countries were they king of?
They were not kings in the regal sense at all.
In what sense were they kings?
In sense of their name.
Their surname was King?
Yes.
I get it now. Suddenly it's more plausible.
Here we go again. What are the names of the 3 kings?
Yeah. Mike.
Phew.
Tony.
Tony King.
And Dennis.
Dennis King.
Dennis King.
It's a very warm memory I've got of them visiting. I was in hospital.
They visited you in hospital?
Yes.
Can we ask the nature of your hospital visit, or is that too personal a question?
Oh, there might be people eating and watching this.
There won't be anyone watching it, but there might be people eating.
I was bandaged up extensively.
Like a mummy?
I was. That's true.
You were bandaged all over?
Yes.
But you don't think it appropriate to say why?
Well, if you insist. I didn't
yes,
use
we
it.
do.
Eczema.
Oh.
Happy Christmas time. Happy Christmas time.
Happy Xmas.
Right, what about Miles?
OK, Miles, you and Mike were making a snowman together.
A neighbour was very cross with us because our snowman had used too much snow.
Set the scene. Where were you making the snowman?
Northampton.
So you live in Northampton?
No, I don't live in there. Mike lives in Northampton.
So...
And I was staying in Northampton.
And why were you staying with Mike?
Yes, because he rents rooms to actors.
So what was the play you were doing in Northampton?
It was called The Way of the World.
Right. And you were staying with Mike?
That's right, yeah.
How did the topic of building a snowman with this relative stranger
Say relative stranger.
brought
I was staying in Mike's house for 2.5 months. What would happen? I would go back to the digs after the show, and Mike would often still be up and say, "Oh, I've just opened a bottle, and do you want a glass?" So I'd sit and we'd chat about how did it go, and I'd say, "Oh, Mike, it was another absolute triumph." And,
so you got to know Mike, and then one day it snowed, and Mike said, "We're friends now."
And at that point, words weren't necessary. You both looked at each other. Come on, Mike.
So that it snowed.
Yeah.
And who brings up the subject of building a snowman?
Oh, well, Mike smokes, so he would go outside on the doorstep, and one day
That's when he noticed the snow.
Well, he hadn't looked out the window at that point because I was telling him theatrical anecdotes, so he was absolutely riveted. He would have no reason to look anywhere other than straight at, whichever part of my body I was using to tell the story.
Which parts of your body can you use to tell stories?
He's a proper actor. He tells stories with his whole body.
It's not just neck-up cynicism.
But so Mike hadn't noticed the snow. He went outside.
He said, "Do you know it's snowing?" And so I wandered out, and I was like, "Oh wow, I haven't made a snowman for ages." And we were talking about making snowmen, and I said, "You know that thing when you start rolling snow and you can make a snowman really big really quickly because you roll it and it starts picking up." And I started demonstrating.
But only if the snow has already lain and you said it's snowing. Thank you.
Yeah, but how?
think what you're underestimating, Miranda, is
Yeah.
the length of Miles's anecdote.
Anecdote.
It starts snowing, and then the anecdote finishes. It's about 6 feet of it.
Now it
Yeah.
seems more plausible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and then what happened?
I used the snow from probably about 3 or 4 houses. I've used all that snow to make one enormous, ridiculously large snowman.
And then what happened? Because then there was an altercation.
When I went out the house the next morning, a chap that lived like 2 doors down said, "Did you know who built the snowman?" I said very proudly, "I built the snowman." And he said, "Well, you've used up all the snow, haven't you?"
Does this house have a back garden?
It does, but the back garden is multiple, lots and lots of locks, whereas the front one, you wanted a cigarette, so you just open the...
Why did he have so many locks on his back door?
Well, because people are more likely to break into the back... You must know this. People are more likely to break into the back of the house than the front. Yeah.
Now then, Lee's story.
Lee and your bird.
Mike sold you a turkey, is that
Yes.
right?
No, I went to his farm to choose a turkey, but I never got to eat it because I formed an unbreakable bond with that bird.
And it's here tonight.
What was the nature of this bond?
I went to the farm in around about beginning of November, and you choose your bird, and then I was driving past again, and I thought I'd just pop in, have a little look at my bird, and so he showed me, and that's when I had a proper look at it, and it looked back at me, and there was something about the look that he gave me that just made me think I don't want to kill him and eat him. So
Did you immediately feel that?
No. This was after we'd had dinner, and it was about the 3rd day, I think.
So what did you do to save the bird's life?
I said to Mike, change of plan. I will take it home.
What did you have for Christmas dinner that year?
We had turkey, but not that turkey.
So did you say, I'll take him as a pet,
I'll kill
and
that
one, chop its head off?
No,
Because he won't give me the time of day.
So where do you keep a turkey?
In the first place, in the shed, I cleared away all the sharp implements.
Bit of potpourri in a bowl.
If you're not going to take my story seriously, Stephen, I don't want to talk to you.
How did your wife react? She was expecting...
Well, she, as you know, lives in the shed as well, so she was... she wasn't happy, and she said, I think it's time I made a move into what she calls the house. So I let her in the house.
What did you call the turkey?
Istanbul.
Istanbul?
Yeah.
Why?
It's in Turkey.
Turkey.
Right, so, David's team. Is Mike Barry's Christmas king, Miles' fellow snow hog, or Lee's turkey trader?
I'm all about Miles.
Yeah.
In every way.
I think it's Barry.
Do you?
Do you?
Do we think Lee is definitely not...
We think Lee is definitely not true. So you think it's Miles?
I think it's Miles.
Stephen's saying Miles.
Sometimes I'm saying Miles, sometimes I'm saying Barry. I'm confused.
It's Barry.
You say it's Barry? OK. Mike, would you please reveal your true identity?
Yeah, I'm the Mike King with the 3 kings who visited Barry on Christmas Day.
Yes, Mike is Barry's Christmas king. Thanks very much, Mike. Thank you.
Last year, I ate my Christmas dinner in the bath.
David's team.
But why?
Because we had quite a lot of family round, and I just wanted to be on my own because I was in a really bad...
Was it on a plate?
That's a horrible image, isn't it?
It was on a plate.
Hold on. So I'm just going to picture the scene, right? You've got your Christmas dinner on the plate, and you just get up to the table and you say, I'm just going off to the bath for a bit. And the
I
family...
don't think I announced it.
Oh, you didn't?
I was just so fed up with everyone. I just got up, took my dinner, went upstairs and thought, I'm going to have a bath.
But didn't you find it that you got really hot eating in the bath?
I could eat my Christmas dinner in a fire.
Where did you put the dinner when you were running the bath?
On the toilet.
On the toilet?
Did you allow the bath?
Not with. I mean, with a lid on and a nice little tablecloth. No.
Even so, I think it's a bit.
Do you?
It's just the associations, isn't it, of the two ends of the process.
It's like saying to the food, "This is where you're going to end up, mate." We both know it. You know it, I know it.
You're going on an incredible journey. Did you continue to eat your Christmas dinner while the bath was running, or did you pause in that process to sort of save it until you were nice and comfy in the bath?
I had a couple of sprouts, David.
Did you have like a tray that goes over the side of the bath?
Yeah.
You can put the dinner on, or did you have to balance it on your knees?
I had to balance it.
On your knees?
Not necessarily.
If you're balancing it on a part of you, is there not a risk that it will become submerged at some point, which would ruin the dinner? Essentially, you're turning your Christmas dinner into the Maldives in about 30 years' time, when, you know, the bath water of the world starts to wash the sprouts towards the plug hole.
Well, I don't put enough water in the bath for that. In fact, you know, I don't hardly need to put any water in the bath.
OK, what do you think, David? What do your team think?
I think maybe you had a bath, but you didn't eat your Christmas dinner there.
Yeah, I can believe that Jo has had baths and has eaten Christmas dinners. I don't believe she's ever combined the two processes.
I think she might have done.
Oh, you think she might have done?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought we were heading towards consensus there, but in a very Christmassy way, we're very much at loggerheads.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think, seeing as I feel a little bit 50-50...
Yeah.
Oh, no, that doesn't help at all, does it?
Well, no, it does. Because if you're 100% it's true and you're only 50%, it's...
Who said I was 100%? I'm about 80.
All right. I'm going to need a pen. This is why I keep saying I need a spreadsheet. OK, we're going to say true.
So they're saying true. Jo, eating your Christmas dinner in the bath. Truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Yes, it's a lie. Jo didn't eat her Christmas dinner in the bath. So joining us by video link, please welcome this week's special guest, Hugh. So, Angela, what is Hugh to you?
Well, this is Hugh, and his reindeer once smashed my windscreen.
Right, Angela's screen smasher. Ardle, how do you know Hugh?
This is Hugh. One Christmas, I felt so bad about lying to him, I had to leave the country.
Right, Ardle's misled mate. And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Hugh?
This is Hugh. He saved my life when I caused a riot at a prison panto.
So, there we have it. David, where would you like to begin?
OK, so, Angela, talk us through what happened with the windscreen and the reindeer.
What more would you like to know?
OK, were you in the car?
No, I wasn't.
Was the car moving?
No.
Where was the car parked?
It was parked in the car park of a pub on the edge of Dartmoor.
And how did the reindeer come to smash the windscreen?
Because it was on the roof of the pub, which is a 16th century pub. And every year I have a party in this pub for my friends and relatives. And Hugh, it's now his son, actually, Chris Worthington, who looks after it. But when Hugh was there, Hugh used to decorate the pub and had one of those things with the reindeer pulling the sled across the roof.
Doing untold damage to a listed building.
Well, no. It had been put up there properly.
Okay.
No. But we were all inside having dinner, and suddenly there was this almighty crash. And my car was the one that was right in its path when it fell.
So what happened? Where was Hugh when all of this commotion was going on?
Behind the bar, where he, where he belonged.
Did he?
belong? Get back behind the bar where you belong.
He's mine host. He was the owner of the pub.
Yeah, sure. But when all the commotion happened, obviously Hugh would have...
He ran out too. We all went out to see what the noise was.
Yeah. And how was your reaction? Did you deck him?
Did I what?
Deck him.
With that accent, you can't say that.
No,
Did you deck him?
No, I didn't deck him, and I didn't deck him either. No.
Missed opportunity.
And are you still in contact with Hugh?
Well, not really, because Hugh now lives in Melbourne. He's moved.
Are you saying that's where he is now?
I'm assuming that's where he is now. Yes.
Gosh.
I feel sorry for Hugh, because he's probably thinking, why couldn't they just taken a photograph of me and put this on pause? And I could have gone, oh, there he is, he's moving. No smiling, Hugh, you know the rules.
Ardle. Yes. What's your relationship with Hugh again?
Well, Hugh was on a committee at my children's primary school, and shortly before Christmas one year, he asked me to be Santa Claus at the Christmas fair.
Right.
And I didn't want to be Santa Claus at the Christmas fair.
Yeah.
So I said no.
Why?
It's my worst nightmare, actually. I just thought, like, why me?
Because you're Ardle O'Hanlon and you're lovable.
For an actor, it's a bit like a busman's holiday. They're going to be questioning your credibility, like, you're not the real Santa, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I've done it, and it went very well.
And did they believe you were the real Santa?
Yes, they did, because I put on a different voice.
Oh.
Can we hear it?
Hello, Angela.
Oh.
Have you been good this year?
Oh, dear. Yeah, you sound like a sort of pervert robot.
I don't care. All that matters to me is the opinion of Jim Broadbent.
Well, I played Santa several times, and I think no.
I set you up. I elevated you above these idiots. Continue, David.
Well, no, I can completely understand why that sort of event would be a nightmare. So what did you do?
Well, I lied to you. I said I'd love to do it, but I can't. And I said the first thing that came into my head, I said I'm going to be away that weekend. And then I felt really bad for telling him that lie. So when I got home, I booked a weekend away.
Where to?
Stockholm.
Why Stockholm?
It was available.
So your children missed the Christmas fair as well?
No, they didn't miss it. They went to the Christmas fair.
You went to Stockholm yourself?
On my own. I picked Stockholm because I thought if I went to Paris or Barcelona, I might have had fun, and I genuinely didn't want to have fun. And I just wanted to be away. I couldn't take the chance of staying in my own house because Hugh is quite formidable and he has like minions. And
what did you fear would happen to you if Hugh?
Well, I would have been exposed as a liar, and I didn't want to be. I have lied before, and I've lied quite successfully, and, without any qualms.
Okay.
But on this occasion, I felt, because it was my children were involved, my wife was doing the tombola, she wasn't going to come with me.
Yeah.
How is Mr. Bowler?
You have to ask her, I don't know.
One more question. Why is Hugh not here in the studio?
Because I live in Dublin, as does Hugh. And I think that answers that.
Yes. OK, now what about Lee? Lee, remind us of your claim.
This is Hugh. He saved my life when I caused a riot at a prison panto.
Oh. What was the prison?
Wandsworth.
And were you thrilled when you heard they were going to put a panto on and you would get to watch it?
Why were you in the prison?
I was in the prison because a friend of mine works for a charity that puts on shows for prisoners, and they asked me if I would get involved.
So what was the panto?
The panto was Cinderella.
Uh-huh.
What was your role?
My role was to sort of bring a bit of good spirits to the company. I wasn't in the panto.
It must have been very hard for you once the performance began.
Yeah.
Because I know you, and it would have been very hard for you to be in the wings and not want to...
Hang on, I wasn't in... Which wing are you talking about?
in H wing, right? But to be in the wings, and you must have wanted to get on there.
Well, I did introduce the show. That was my sort of... I'll introduce the show.
And what form did your introduction take?
It's a tough gig. I was trying to use all the usual stuff. What do you do for a living? Oh, sorry, right. And then I thought, do what you do at Panto. They'll love this. They don't want to hear my jokes. What they want, chocolate.
Right.
So I had a bowl of those little wrapped miniature sweet things, and I just started lobbing them out, because that's what you do at Panto, right? I was lobbing them out like that and getting everyone upbeat.
And what happened?
You know, it was getting a bit rowdy. And then I threw a big handful very hard, and it hit one of the, I didn't know at the time, notorious hard men. Straight in the eye.
Yes.
What miniature bar was it?
No, it was a giant Toblerone.
So what happens then?
So he said, "You've just hit me in the eye." And then he goes a bit quiet. Everyone's tense because they know it's Big Harry.
So what happened?
Yeah.
He does what any hardened criminal does when he's trying to assert his alpha maleness. He goes for me.
Right.
And the next minute, complete riot breaks out.
In all of this, where does Hugh fit in?
Where does Hugh fit in?
Where does Hugh fit in? Where does Hugh fit in?
I was the executive producer.
Not you. What was Hugh's role?
He was, brace yourself, and is a prisoner.
What? Well, I wasn't expecting that. So Hugh was a con.
Not was a con. Hugh is a prisoner.
He's in a very relaxed prison now.
Yeah.
That is an artificial backdrop that they sent to the prison, and if you were to pull that away, you'd see lots of bars, seriously, and uniforms with arrows facing upwards.
What did he do?
The wardens have gone, the alarms are going, it's chaos. So Hugh grabs me, he says, "Keep your head down and follow me." And we ran, and then we find this open cell, and he just throws me in, shuts the door. He says, "This is the only place no one can get to because it's automatic locking."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm in, I'm safe.
How long were you there?
I was in there for 2.5 years. It was supposed to be 4, but I had really good behaviour. I worked in the library.
All right, we need an answer. So, David's team, is Hugh Angela's screen smasher, Ardle's misled mate, or Lee's prison pal? What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, it's all mysterious why Hugh's on the screen, and the best reason for that is Angela's. That was entirely credible.
What about you, Rose?
Weirdly, I believe that Ardle has travelled to Stockholm to avoid an awkward conversation before, but it has nothing to do with Hugh. I think Angela.
You think Angela?
Absolutely.
I think Angela.
I think we think Angela's is
You're
the
going to
most
say
plausible
Angela.
story.
So, Hugh, would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Hugh, and Ardle lied to me one Christmas.
Yes, Hugh is Ardle's misled mate. Thank you very much, Hugh.
Oh, yes, OK.
I once had a fight with a flamingo and won.
Last Christmas, the biggest family row in the Lycett household was over how many doof-doofs there are in the EastEnders closing theme tune.
Oh.
Lee Mack's team.
So you mean the bit just before the music starts, I think, I mean, obviously, you know, you were in EastEnders.
Yeah, but I never actually got myself a duff-duff.
Oh, no.
I was there for 6 years, no duff-duff.
You never had a duff-duff?
I had one duff-duff, and Wendy Richards was in it, and then when they took it to the edit, they zoomed in on her and cut me out of the duff-duff. How many duff-duffs did your family decide there were?
So, it was a generational gap. So
Yeah.
me and my sister thought there were 8, because there are 8. My parents thought there were 7.
Give us your 8.
Doof, 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 doof.
Oh, I think you're
Sorry,
wrong.
excuse me, though.
No,
That can't be. That's not how many doof-doofs there are.
Yeah.
That's how many doofs there are. If the unit is doof-doof, then there are 4.
He does have a point, you know.
David has never been invited to someone's house for Christmas.
I think you stuck too many duffs in there.
Go on, you do it.
Duff, 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 duff. Do, 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 do.
No. That's not it.
You were in the show! Did you, at the end of the night, find out exactly how many duff-duffs there were, or did you just leave it, we're right, you're wrong, without no
Yeah,
sort
basically, we didn't rewind.
So we don't
were on
actually know
something else.
right now with 8.
Well, we do. It's 8. It is
Well,
8.
you ain't really checked it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You have checked it?
But you didn't
because
check it
I've
at the
watched
time.
EastEnders and I know.
But I've watched EastEnders, but I don't ever count...
I don't think you have.
I think there's only 3, because I think the fast ones at the end aren't doof-doofs, they're something else.
Like a little...
I'm sort of with Joe. I think it's probably 2 to 2.5 doof-doofs or 4 to 5 doofs
What's a
before the
half doof?
nature, the nature of the noise changes such that it can no longer be labelled either a doof or a half doof-doof.
So, yes. Well, bearing that in mind and knowing your love for music, give us your rendition, then, of the end drum.
Now, I feel that would be... I'd be humiliated.
Would you like me to give you a lead-in, a dramatic moment?
No, thank you.
This is Elsie, who works in a laundry.
Who's Elsie? She was never in EastEnders.
She's a character that I've created.
Well, what about Dot Cotton? Come on,
Yeah, you look a bit like Dot Cotton.
You do a bit.
You've definitely got...
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Oh.
I think that's Mick Jagger you're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to my laundry. It's gone somewhere.
Doof, 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 doof.
All right. What do you think?
Well, that sounds like the washing machine's broken.
See, I think after about 5 minutes, I would have just gone to the YouTube and had a little look on there. I think he's lying.
I always like to go counterintuitive, so I'm going to say I think he's lying as well. Yeah.
OK, I'm going to have to say lie.
You're going to have to say lie. OK, Joe Lycett, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Oh, very good, guys.
And Joe Swash, there's a treat for you, because you said you never had a doof-doof. We're going to give you one tonight. Whatever you want to say, something dramatic, and it's going to come in. It's going to happen.
And trust me, it doesn't matter what you say, because we're all just going to be counting.
OK, Joe, here we go.
Is it my baby?
Oh, there's 9!
There's 10!
It's 9. It's 9.
There was 9 in there.
It's 9. So please welcome this week's special guest, Jerry. Sean, what is Jerry to you?
This is Jerry, and he was the policeman who came to investigate when I was heard screaming during a Christmas game of Twister.
Right, Sean's concerned copper. James, how do you know Jerry?
This is Jerry. He's the fireman who every Boxing Day soaks me with water during a festive game of squirt.
Right, James's fireman friend. And finally, Lee, what's your relationship with Jerry?
This is Jerry. He's the paramedic who ticked me off last Christmas after I landed my drone in his ambulance.
David's team, where to begin?
Sean, you were playing Twister.
Yep.
What was the occasion?
It was in between Christmas and New Year, and me and my family had gone away and rented a cottage.
And why did you scream?
Because I think I had my left hand on red and right foot on green.
Tricky.
And we'd all had a few drinks, and...
What was the time? What time of day?
Oh, it was evening.
Right.
It was evening. I'd say about 10:30ish.
OK.
And my uncle fell on my face and I screamed. And you would scream, wouldn't you? You would scream.
Was he a friendly uncle?
Very friendly.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised in tonight's show, there is a website you can visit.
It wasn't a horrific scream. It was fun. I was having fun. I was just a bit hysterical.
Could you reproduce it, Sean? Could an actress of your stature reproduce it for us now? Imagine Lee is this uncle who's a little too friendly. You're never that happy when he turns up, no matter how many presents you think, oh, it's Uncle Lee. Oh.
I like the way that you said she's a good actress, so she could play the part of the screamer, but I could just play the untoward uncle naturally.
So, there you are. Why don't you demonstrate the Twister? James, what are you doing?
Playing the Twister mat.
It wasn't a scary scream. It was like a... because I was having
Well,
fun scream.
how did the neighbour next door hear it if it was just a little scream?
Did the uncle let out anything as well? Did
I certainly did not.
So what happens then? So suddenly there's a knock on the door.
Yeah.
And what happens when Jerry arrives?
Well, we're all just having fun at this point. We've all had a few drinks. We all invite Jerry in, see if Jerry wants a sherry. He was really lovely about it.
Right. So is there a police station in this village? And they're all on duty at Christmas week, are
Well,
they?
there's always got to be a policeman on duty somewhere.
To look out for madmen like you pushing donkeys down lanes. Now, what about James?
OK, James.
Just remind us, James, what it was that you said.
Jerry is the fireman who every Boxing Day soaks me with water during a festive game of squirt.
Oh. OK. What's going on?
Squirt is a game.
Is it?
Yeah. 2 teams of firemen.
OK, so that's... For a game of squirt, the first thing you need is 2 teams of firemen.
And they go either side of a river.
Yeah.
And you get a rope, and you tie it up in a tree at one side of the river, and then you run it along and you tie it to a tree at the other side of the river.
Yeah.
But before you've tied it to the other side, you thread a barrel across it.
Of course you do.
You just thread a barrel.
Yeah. What if there's a fire in the local area during the lengthy setup for a game of squirt?
Well, he's not... They can't put out fires anyway. He's only volunteer.
Sorry?
They're just a volunteer fire brigade. They're not allowed to put out fires.
What are they allowed to do? Just look at them?
They are permitted to pick up litter.
Where do they get the fire engines and everything from then?
Their fire engine's an old one. It's more like a ice cream van that's painted red.
The volunteers, do they have the uniforms?
No. The Kettering Volunteer Fire Brigade have a T-shirt and it has an emblem on it of a fire being put out by a beer.
Talk us through the rules of squirt.
OK. You get the barrel to the middle of the rope, right in the middle of the rope, and then both teams aim their hoses at it.
Are the volunteer firemen allowed real water, or do they just mime it?
No, they're allowed water, they just can't aim it at a fire.
OK.
If there was a fire, they would have to turn the hose off.
Right.
So what happens next?
Someone's like, go! And then they both turn their hoses on and they aim it at the barrel. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the barrel, trying to squirt it along the rope so it gets to the opposition side of the bank. And all the water is hitting this barrel, and we're standing on the bridge. Getting soaked.
Yeah.
And then you walk home going, good squirt this year.
Right, now then, what about Lee?
How did you come to land the drone in Jerry's ambulance?
We have this really weird tradition in our house where we like to keep dry. And so I thought, what I'll do is I'll fly my drone, but I'll stay in the house. And the window was open, and I thought...
The window was open because it was a very hot Boxing Day.
The window was open. The window was open because my wife always has the heat on very high over Christmas, and I'm not a fan of radiators, so I opened the window. Yeah. And I was practising in the bedroom, and I thought, I'm so in control of this, rather than go downstairs and fly it, I'm just going to go straight out the window.
Was the drone a Christmas present?
The drone was a Christmas present, correct.
Who gave you a drone for Christmas?
Not you, because you got me nothing.
Yeah.
It was my wife.
Your wife got you... It's a very romantic present. A drone.
She'd heard me say it to her a lot during the year. Drone, drone, drone.
Why was there an ambulance there? Had your wife called it as a precautionary measure?
The ambulance was actually the house over the road, and as I was flying the drone, I looked over, and a man was carried out on a stretcher. And I think, can't quite see what's going on, but I thought I'll have a little look at that. And my drone has a camera attached to it, so I fly my drone over. That's getting closer and closer. You know, I'm getting quite a good...
It can help, I think, when someone's just had a heart attack or something. Something shocking or strange can really helps them really get it together.
I thought so. And so I was watching it and I thought, this is interesting. And then he gets put in the back of the ambulance and the doors stay open and Jerry goes in the back. I think, I'll have a little look, see what's going on. So I get a bit closer. And now I'm hovering just outside the back doors.
Yeah.
And I pushed forward a little bit too much. And the drone went straight into the back of the ambulance, striking Jerry on the back.
This presumably hurt Jerry because the rotors of a drone are very fast.
Yeah, yeah, he was a good 3 or 4 inches taller than this last year.
So Jerry spots you leaning out of your bedroom window with a remote control. What does he then do?
Oi! I said, give me my drone back! I can't really repeat what he said on television because... No, he's French and I don't understand French.
We need an answer. So, David's team. Is Jerry Sean's concerned copper, James's fireman friend, or Lee's peeved paramedic?
Oh, I don't. I mean...
I think it's James's.
You think it's James's?
Yeah. I think it's Sean.
I mean, I think we're agreed Lee is lying.
Yeah.
The question is it James or Sean?
I think it's a mate of James's from the pub who was a volunteer fireman.
I'm not happy about this. Because my instinct is that James is telling the truth.
Right.
But I know what that's saying publicly. I know what I am then believing. I'm believing a game that is played across a river between volunteer firemen with a souped-up ice cream van and squirting a barrel in which the locals come and stand and watch in just the place where they get splattered with water.
What's it going to be?
I think it's James.
You're going to go with James?
Yeah. Go on,
Jerry,
I'm saying it's James.
would you please reveal your true identity?
I'm Jerry, and I'm a volunteer fireman who soaks drains in Boston Bay.
Hello, Jerry.
Yes, Jerry is James's fireman friend. Thank you very much, Jerry. Lycett is first tonight.
Oh, yes, OK.
I once had a fight with a flamingo and won.
Last Christmas, the biggest family row in the Lycett household was over how many doof-doofs there are in the EastEnders closing theme tune.
Oh.
Lee Mack's team.
So you mean the bit just before the music starts, I mean, obviously, you know, you were in EastEnders.
Yeah, but I never actually got myself a doof-doof.
Oh, no.
I was there for 6 years, no doof-doof.
You never had a doof-doof?
I had one doof-doof, and Wendy Richards was in it, and then when they took it to the edit, they zoomed in on her and cut me out of the doof-doof. How many doof-doofs did your family decide there were?
So, it was a generational gap. So
Yeah.
me and my sister thought there were 8, because there are 8. My parents thought there were 7.
Give us your 8.
Doof, 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 doof.
Oh, I think you're
sorry,
wrong.
excuse me, though.
No,
That can't be. That's not how many doof-doofs there are.
Yeah.
That's how many doofs there are. If the unit is doof-doof, then there are 4.
He does have a point, you know.
David has never been invited to someone's house for Christmas.
I think you stuck too many doofs in there.
Go on, you do it.
Doof, 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 doof. Do, 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 do.
No. That's not it.
You were in the show! Did you, at the end of the night, find out exactly how many doof-doofs there were, or did you just leave it, we're right, you're wrong, without no
Yeah,
sort
basically, we didn't rewind.
So we don't
were on
actually know
something else.
right now whether 8...
Well, we do, it's 8. It is 8.
You ain't really checked it, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You have checked it?
But you didn't
because
check it
I've
at the
watched
time.
EastEnders and I know...
But I've watched EastEnders, but I don't ever count
I don't
it.
think you have.
I think there's only 3, because I think the fast ones at the end aren't doof-doofs, they're something else.
Like a little...
I'm sort of with Joe. I think it's probably 2 to 2.5 doof-doofs, or 4 to 5 doofs
What's a
before
half
the
doof?
nature, the nature of the noise changes such that it can no longer be labelled either a doof or a half doof
Agree.
doof.
So, yes. Well, bearing that in mind and knowing your love for music, give us your rendition, then, of the end drum.
Now, I feel that would be... I'd be humiliated.
Would you like me to give you a lead-in, a dramatic moment?
No, thank you.
This is Elsie, who works in a laundry.
Who's Elsie? She was never in EastEnders.
She's a character that I've created.
Well, what about Dot Cotton? Can't you get her?
You look a bit like Dot Cotton.
You do a bit.
You've definitely got
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm going to try it.
Ah.
I think that's Mick Jagger you're doing it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened to my laundry. It's gone somewhere.
Doof, 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 doof.
All right. What do you think?
Well, that sounds like the washing machine's broken.
Yeah.
See, I think after about 5 minutes, I would have just gone to the YouTube and had a little look on there. I think he's lying.
I always like to go counterintuitive, so I'm going to say I think he's lying as well. Yeah.
OK, I'm going to have to say lie.
You're going to have to say lie. OK, Joe Lycett, truth or lie?
It's a lie.
Oh, very good, guys.
And Joe Swash, there's a treat for you, because you said you never had a doof-doof. We're going to give you one tonight. Whatever you want to say, something dramatic, and it's going to come in. It's going to happen.
And trust me, it doesn't matter what you say, because we're all just going to be counting.
OK, Joe, here we go.
Is it my baby?
Oh, there's 9!
It's 10!
It's 9!
It's 10, mate!
It's 9. It's 9.
There was 9 in there.
It's 9.
Right. After a flu virus swept through my class, I starred in a primary school production of Snow White and the Two Dwarfs.
I'm presuming one of them was Sneezy. What did you play?
I played Snow White.
Ah.
Yes.
And which of the 2 dwarfs appeared?
Happy
Yeah.
and Grumpy.
And which of the 5 didn't?
Sleepy.
Yes.
Snoozy.
Snoozy, oh yeah.
Sleepy, snoozy, can't wake uppy.
Davy, Beaky, Mick and Titch.
Who can remember the 7 dwarfs? There's
Happy.
There's Happy, Doc, Grumpy, Sleepy, Gary, Robbie and Mark.
Did no one suggest cancelling?
No, because originally, the thing is, I was one of the dwarfs. I was
Oh, you got
Sneezy.
promoted?
Yeah, so I was adamant. I was like, come on, this is my chance.
And
I had one show.
How much notice did they give you?
They gave me 1 day.
1 day, and you learnt all the lines in a day?
I knew the lines. She was sneezing in rehearsal.
She could have been feeling grumpy, that would have been worse.
So what do you think? Is she telling the truth?
I'm loving this. I'm loving this show. I desperately want to see it. But I'm allowing that to cloud my judgment, because I think it's not true.
Clive, what do you think?
It doesn't sound plausible to me at all.
No? Lie?
Lie.
Lie. Tim says lie.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
OK, Kerry, were you telling the truth? Or was it all a lie?
My life is a house of lies.
Wow.
Yes, it's a lie. Kerry didn't star in a school production of Snow White and the Two Dwarfs.